Support brawlers are healers and utility brawlers that provide a much better experience for you and your team. And inside this video, I'll be ranking the best support brawlers inside the game. Let's hop straight into it. Coming in at our 11th spot, we have Pam. Now, Pam is going to get a hypercharge in the new upcoming update that's coming inside the game here. But she doesn't have her hypercharge right now, so she's going to be in the 11th spot here. So she's just very meh, you know, like she doesn't have anything that stands out about her. She has a lot of HP but tends to feed a lot. She has good like scrappy and range kind of damage, but it's just not enough damage in this kind of meta. And then she has good heals, but she could get the turret destroyed so quickly. She has an underrated gadget in my opinion, but there's just nothing to love about her. She doesn't give enough healing or she doesn't give enough utility, so it's not much to love about her. She's at the 11th spot for a reason. Hopefully her hypercharge could bring her back and at least make her a good viable, healer. Next up, we have Max. Now, there's brawlers that just make Max not be the best she is. Like, there's... Next up, we have Max. Now, basically, we have other support and utility brawlers that just do what Max does and then just adds on to it. So, basically, Max, obviously, she's the first speedster in our game. She's able to speed up you and your teammates. Her hypercharge just pushes that to a higher level. And she's a very good support brawler, but there's just too much counters for her. There's too much ways of just killing her. She feeds too much against aggressive brawlers. She has an escape mechanic, but it's just not enough to give her what she needs to be meta. So, overall, I think she could be underrated in some circumstances, maybe in like gem grab, but there's just brawlers that do what she does or consistently do what she does. Without her super, she's not really supporting or helping anyone. She's just kind of like a damage dealer that does scrappy kind of damage that doesn't even do pure damage. She could pump out a decent amount of damage, but nothing too crazy. And plus, she's a support brawler, so she shouldn't even be doing a lot of damage. But there's brawlers that are support brawlers that do insane amount of damage. So let's hop straight into our next brawler. Number 9, we have Poco. Now, Poco might be getting a rise in the meta just because Ollie is going to be getting a hypercharge. So basically, Ollie gets a hypercharge, which obviously is super and hypercharge stuns and like hypnotizes opponents. Now, Poco has a gadget that could take that away, so hopefully we'll get Poco back in the meta here. But as well, Poco could be good in hot zone. He has good range, good reach. His hypercharge is a good complementary to his build, and overall, Poco's not a bad brawler. He could like counter out some brawlers that you wouldn't even expect. His overhealing paired up with tanks could be actually solid. There's just a lot of support brawlers, a lot of utility brawlers that Poco cannot compete with. But he's not bad for being one of the first ever brawlers released inside of Brawl Stars. He won't be bad at all, and he's actually at a good spot. Next up, we have Ruffs. Now, Ruffs will be getting an increased speed projectile buff. But with that being said, I feel like Ruffs is probably one of the most underrated brawlers inside the game. We've seen him in pro play tons and tons of times where he's paired up with the right synergy, paired up with like either Buster and Gene, and he's able to heal or destroy walls or buff up his teammates, and then those teammates are just unkillable and does insane damage. So low-key, Ruffs might be climbing up in the meta here. His hypercharge is underwhelming, but his hypercharge also gives free hypercharges to him and his aggro teammates, so he could give it to like a Kaze or a Kenji and they could be close to super, and then it could just add a lot of depth and a lot of like... Ruffs is underrated in my opinion, and he's going to be very strong. But obviously, what's wrong with Brawl Stars is support brawlers. Some of them are standalone brawlers. Some of them don't even need to be supporting teammates to be effective. Now, Ruffs without his teammates is pretty bad. There's nothing really much that stands out about him, but there's a lot of brawlers on this list that they don't need teammates to be good. Next up, we have Byron. Now, Byron is just a pretty solid long range kind of healer, and he's a consistent brawler. He's getting a new hypercharge, so I think his hypercharge will help him to be even stronger on certain maps. Maybe in hot zone, he'll be like long range ring of fire hot zone. He could find some kind of niche pick if he's paired up with Draco or Hank or something like that. He could be played obviously in bounty. He just takes away an enemy's health, and he could just support like aggro brawlers like Kaze or Mortis, who's played in bounty. So overall, nothing to hate about Byron. He has easy to hit shot, one of the most easy to hit shots. He has range like a sharpshooter. He has low HP, which makes him subtle to getting assassinated, but obviously he's a support brawler, so he shouldn't be like the most best brawler at like doing a whole lot of things, but he's a pretty solid support brawler. Next up, we have Barrier, who I believe is in a very good spot. He's very good in heist. He's good in hot zone. He could be played in different kind of scenarios, and he's just a really good support. One of the best support brawlers. Just when it comes to pure supporting teams, he's really good because he could just cycle his healing, cycle his hypercharge. If he's in heist, he could just take over and become a standalone brawler. So there's a lot of things that you love about Barry. When he first came to the game, he was instantly the best healing brawler. Now his hypercharge is really good. It complements his super, just adds more depth to it and adds more healing and gives him good cycling. But overall, there's just brawlers, as I said, that don't need, like, without standalone, he's just not the best brawler, except maybe in like heist he could be standalone. He doesn't have to specifically support his teammates. But other than that, there's some other more broken brawlers that we're really about to get into. So we have Gray. Now Gray is a great standalone brawler. Like I said, he could be played in knockout, he could be played in hot zone, he could be played in gem grab, he could be playing pretty much anywhere bounty. Like he could be played in everywhere except for maybe like heist. So basically he's a great standalone brawler because he could use his super and he could use his pull hook gadget like an assassin and get closer to the enemy, and he has a great star power that mends well with that assassin kind of build. And then he could be a great support brawler, you know, going on the hot zone and putting his teleport up for like a Jackie or any tank or assassin brawler to just automatically get on the high safe. He could go and, you know, so he could play aggressive, he could play passive. There's a lot of stuff to love about him, and his star power allows him to either heal teammates or just have a more tanky build for being an assassin. So he's like a support slash assassin. So brawlers like that are great standalone brawlers, and you see them a lot of times picked like in knockout, picked in bounty, and it's very strong overall. And brawlers like other lower brawlers like Poco just simply cannot compete with it. That's why he's higher on this list. Next up we have Gus. I gave the edge to Gus just because he's consistent. He's probably a little bit more consistent than Gray, but you know, he's been falling off the meta. Not falling off, just he's been lower on the meta inside of ranked, inside of the game, because brawlers like Charlie counter him. Brawlers like Jae Young maybe outspeed him, and paired up with tanks, he could get overwhelmed. But with that being said, he could defend himself really well with a shield. He could throw his shield on top of aggressive teammates to go get more kills and have a more stockier health. So, and he does consistent great damage. He has like a sharpshooter mechanic with long range and being able to confirm kills with his gadget, paired up with his gadget that pops the balloon when on impact. So there's a lot of stuff to love about Gus. He has really good builds. Overall, his hypercharge just transcends his super, makes him able to deal more damage to any aggro opponents getting on top of him or supporting his teammates. So overall, Gus is really consistent. Really loved support brawler. One of the most picked support brawlers, whether it's in ranked or whether it's in ladder. And he's always going to be a consistent and good brawler. Next up, we have Jae Young. Now, Jae Young basically does the job of like Max. He does the job of like Pam and Poco. He does their job, and then he does it at a much higher, much consistent, much faster pace. And then also on top of that, he has long range. He could pierce. He has good health. He has a gadget that could equiply make him a solid damage dealer for a couple of seconds. So he's versatile. You know, there's a lot to love about him. He would be number one on this list if it was not for like a person that was simply just broken. But he's getting his hypercharge soon, so he's gonna be even pushed higher. He could maybe be number one on the list, but we'll see how that goes. But for now, he's number 2 on the list. Basically, he's able to speed up like Max, he's able to heal up like Poco, and then he could consistently do that with just main attack shots. So it's just not fair to compete with. Just standalone, the best support brawler inside the game, in my opinion, if it wasn't for this broken brawler that we're about to talk about right now. Hopping straight into it, I'm pretty sure you guys see a lot of my tier list. Kit has been taking over my tier list. Whatever tier list I'm picking up, Kit is in it. He's able to jump on the back, throw yarn balls while passively healing his teammates. He's able to assassinate. He's able to go invisible. He's able to hypercharge, run on people back. He's able to just heal up tank brawlers, heal up aggro brawlers, go in. He's just able to do a lot. He's just broken right now. He just has a hypercharge that needs to get nerfed. It's getting a hypercharge rate nerf, I'm pretty sure, but that's not going to be enough, because basically you could just go and gem grab, just suicide a couple of times to getting your super, then you get your hypercharge, and then you could change the whole game. So he's like a assassin slash support brawler that is absolutely insane at the game right now. So there's a lot loved about support brawlers. I love support brawlers coming inside the game. I hate assassin brawlers, but Brawlers loves to make more and more assassin brawlers. Even Kit, who's a support brawler, has assassin brawler type like abilities, so it's insane. But with that being said, I would like to see more support brawlers inside the game. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like, subscribe. It's your boy Joe Slam. We're out of here.